Before we start today's show, I wanted to remind everybody that the Kickstarter campaign for Bard Song, the 7th novel in my heroic fantasy series, is going on through Tuesday, the 28th of May. If you enjoy fantasy books, go to michaelkingswood.com/bardkick to support the campaign. Hello friends, I'm Michael Kingswood, and this is Story Time. Those of you who don't know me, I am a fiction writer. I write fiction for fun and profit. I've been doing it for a little while, and I've had this channel going for a while where I read my books and my stories and share them with the world in the hopes of getting people to like them and then buy books. Every now and then I do other things as well. I've talked some philosophy, some naval history because I was a naval officer, and talked about movies and just things. But one thing I tried last week was I had never done a music reaction video, and I was like, yeah, Nightwish, a good band of mine that I love, just put out a new song, and I'm gonna try a reaction thing just to see how it goes. And man, it got quite a bit of people coming by and saying hi and digging it, and I was like, yeah, that was fun. The thing is, a bunch of folks told me that, hey dude, it was good, like that you did it, but the audio kind of sucked to the music. It sounded okay to me when I was putting it together, I just didn't understand. But I went back and listened to it again, and I was like, yeah, you're right, it wasn't very good, and how did I miss that? And then I went back and tried re-recording a couple things and couldn't figure out how to get it to work right, because it's a new thing I hadn't done before. So I did a little research here over the weekend and figured out how to do it in a way that sounds awesome. So as a means of redeeming myself from that first time mess up, I figured I'd do another one just to show that I can and have it be better, because I generally do pretty well when I read my I read stories here. I've taken a lot of time to figure out how to do audio processing for reading fiction, and because making audiobooks is one good thing about this cool podcast is I go and read them, get them up to audiobook quality in terms of the reading, even though I'm not a voice actor, but read by the author is still a cool thing, and they make an audiobook out of it, right? So I know how to do that for reading stories, but I've been doing the whole music broadcasting other things on this thing I've never learned, and since it didn't do a very good job of it last time, I want to redeem myself. So I've been practicing over the weekend with my favorite song that Nightwish has written, and since I've been practicing on myself on how to get it to work right, I figured I'd share it with you guys. It's a good song to do because everybody, you look at these reaction videos all over the web, everybody does all their songs that it's the standard ones, Go Slow Score, or you name it, Go Slow Score in particular. They're always going off on all these other songs, but only a few people have done this one, and this is my favorite, and I'm redeeming myself. We're gonna do it. So what's your favorite Nightwish song, Kingswood? Well, that would be Rest Calm off of the Imaginarum album. Told you before, I play violin, I play guitar, grew up with classical music, shifted to heavy metal, still love classical music, still love heavy metal, and the dynamics, the interplay of the voices, the way this song is structured, to me is top tier awesome. The balance between the heaviness and the softness, the way it starts off with Marco being the lead with the heavy stuff, and Annette doing the soft stuff, and then at the end Marco pulling it all together at the end in a sort of a switcheroo of who's taking the lead, really does it for me, as well as just the beauty of the song. So we are going to play that. I pretty much told you what I think of it, and just to show you that I can do the audio well. Well, let's get to it, shall we? This is the lyric version of the video from their official page, and I'm sure they won't mind me using it. Let's go! Plus, it's got a pretty cool guitar riff. You know, I've introduced Nightwish to a bunch of people with this song, and the first reaction always is, man, that guy's got some pipes. It's like, heck yeah. Man, yeah, he's not with them anymore. See that shift from the power to the calm beauty of it here is that juxtaposition gets me every time. Back to the power. Yeah, get some. Although, I mean, let's not lie, it's not exactly a cheerful song topic. Man, it's great. Can't be said enough how awesome Emperor is too. Man, that guy is just so good. He just he doesn't show off with it either. It's just he gets it done and crushes every time. It's just like, yep. This little bridge here with the kids. I think Annette crushes on this one, frankly. It's great. This last couple minutes here, it's amazing because it's just the same lyrics over and over, but every time they go through it, changing the underlying orchestration, different tones, different instruments. It's just building to the crescendo at the end. Like, oh, every time it's like, it gets me. Oh, I love this so much. Lick. A lot of soul in those simple notes there. You know, the strings come up at this end part, the string arpeggios, like, oh! I don't know, man. That is a mic drop ending, I think, to one heck of a good song. And hopefully you enjoyed it too. I imagine most of the people who see this probably already know Nightwish, probably already know that song. Hopefully you love it as much as I do. But if you don't, you don't have to. Obviously, different strokes, different folks. Everybody has different tastes. But I hope this goes to show that I've redeemed myself, maybe, for the audio on the last one. I think it turned out better. Obviously, I'm going to listen it through again after I finish recording here to verify, but I think it's going to be good. Already did a couple test runs. So, yeah, feel better about myself. I love that song, so I had to share it to, to redeem myself, and here we go. Yeah, so, like I said at the beginning, of course, I am a writer, among other things. And the purpose of this channel, besides having fun, is to draw attention to my books and writing in order to help make moolah. I am unabashedly mercenary in that sense. So if you haven't checked out the stories that I read, in addition to this music stuff I've done the last couple weeks, do so. I read a story every week on Story Saturday. This year, in fact. Last year, I went and had a project where, in my 52 Stories in 2023 project, where it is what it says. Ray Bradbury, somebody I once asked him how to become a better writer, and he told them, well, you should go and write a story every week, because it's impossible to write 52 stories and not have at least one of them be good. So I followed that advice. I've done that before. This is my second time doing it in the span of a year, a story a week for a year. In fact, I did more than that last year. I think I wrote 57 stories. This year I'm moving back to novels. I've done a number of novels in the past, but it's one of those things that I wanted to do, to kick myself in the pants on writing, because the previous couple years with shenanigans of, you guys lived through all the shenanigans that was going on in the world, and then personal business I had to deal with. I didn't get much writing done in 21 and 22, and so I was to kick myself in the pants, get back in the groove of things. This year I'm doing novels, but on the channel we're reading through the stories that I did last year. So that's Story Saturday. Come by and check that out. Like I said last week, the last time I did the music thing, I tend to write fantasy, sci-fi, mystery, and then all the rest. I've done a very few short, meet cute romance things, but it's mostly those top three, and then go from there. Yeah, do check that out. That's Saturdays. Lots of books that you can buy. You should go buy. Check them out. I've got a store that my business runs, michaelkingswood.com/store, where you can get pretty much everything that I have in whatever format you want, and it goes directly to me and not to the middleman guys, so I get more money and you get a direct relationship with the writer that you like. Of course, I'm also on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and Kobo and iBooks and Google Play and every other place on the planet where you can get books. online at least. And so you can go find there. I set up a universal book link aggregator at michaelkingswood.com/books to read. That's number 2. You can go pick on whatever title you like, click on it, and it'll show the list of what stores it's at, and you can go there and get it that way too. If you're going to start, I would suggest you start with my heroic fantasy novel, Glimmer, Vale, which you will see on the upper right corner of the screen. No, yeah, from your perspective, upper right corner of the screen. That's the first in my heroic fantasy series. The 7th novel in that series we are actually kickstarting right now. I'm going to put this video out on Monday, and the campaign for that, which I pumped at the beginning of this video, it ends tomorrow on Tuesday at about 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. I think it's 2 o'clock Pacific time. So if you want to help a brother out who's a writer, and you want to check out a fantasy series you haven't heard of before, great way. Go get 7 books in one Kickstarter campaign. That'll be awesome. Yeah. So that's all I got for this one. I have redeemed myself for sound quality, and this is kind of fun. So I'll probably do some more music stuff. There's some other bands that like my son has been telling me I should try to check out. He wants me to buy a couple of their albums, and I'm like, oh well, maybe I should check them out first. So maybe we'll do a little bit of exploration through the channel, because why not? Hey, it's fun times. Yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna sign off. I hope you liked this. I love this song. I think the audio is better. So hey, come back on Saturday. We'll read a story, and we'll have fun there too. Until then, don't do anything I wouldn't do.